And good morning. Thank you for joining me today. There's quite a few people. So bonjour Maxime. Good morning Sue. And good morning Rita. So there's 8 of us. Well, if you count me, I guess that would make if you count me, that'd be 8 or 9. It depends. Sometimes I don't know. The number moves. So there's 9 of us doing a workout together. So that's a little bit more energizing to know that you are not alone doing this. We have pace this morning. So I just keep looking at the messages to make sure I don't miss anybody. So the pace is going to be, the first part is cardio. And so if you only have 20 minutes to be able to work out this morning, you'll get a good cardio. There's also quite a bit of core involved and legs and some arms. So you get a full workout, and then I add at the end some strength exercise. So the weights we're gonna need just at the end. For now, I forgot to write it down, but I figured I'd go live a little early. You'll need a chair as well. So just grab a sturdy chair and make sure that it's not on a slippery floor. So if you have the balls here so that the legs of the chair actually don't dig into my foam mat, because it makes some really nice indents. But if I was on a wooden floor, this would slide a lot. So you could prop it against a wall, or you can put it on your yoga mat so that it doesn't slide. We're not gonna push against, but just to make sure it doesn't slide away on you. We're gonna start with our little warm up. All right, I'm not too early, perfect. Okay, so feet under our hips. I really like to start with our feet. So even if you're wearing shoes, so there's low impact for the pace part. I'm going to keep it low impact, and so if you're on a yoga mat, you're okay without shoes. If you're used to wearing shoes, don't keep them on. But I like to start with our feet just to get things moving, and starting from your feet, because they're often stuck in shoes and things are not moving as well. Although if you've been doing my workout since March here, you probably have very healthy feet. And other side. And we're going to find our balance on one leg. You're going to straighten the other one and flex your foot. You're going to give me a little rotation in your hip joint. Good. And let's do the other side. Always unlock the knee that you're standing on. That one's going to be a little easier on your hips. Because if you're unlocking the knee here, the muscles in your legs are engaging and in your glutes, and then you're not supporting all the weight of your upper body on that hip, and it's not bone on bone. So pick yourself up, unlock the knee, and then all of your muscles are going to be working to help you. So little rotation in the hip joint. Good. So we do have, if you have weights, there's no push-ups today. Let's switch leg. Unlock the knee, and then let's bring it up, open together. So I'm going to give you some variation. So if you don't have any equipment, there'll be some push-ups just to get some weights involved in there. And so we're using your body weight. And if you have some weights at home, then I like to bring different exercise, right? But we're having the same focus, the same goal. So we're going to rotate one shoulder forward, the other one back. And then let's switch. So here, this one, I want you to go nice and slow when you're rotating. So easy, easy. And then maybe you can find a little extra rotation without pinching, without a big stretch. You're just finding the movement in your shoulder. Okay, then we're going to add a little extra stretch for your arms. So we're going to rotate. Then I want you to lengthen your core. And then I want you to look over the hand rotated back. Then pull on the back hand and then reach with the hand you're looking over. Let's bring it back. Relax. Lengthen your core. Little rotation. Look over the other side. And then pull with the back and reach with the other. And back to center. So you should feel a little stretch in your shoulder, neck, and side. Nothing big. So when I say pull, then you just go to where you can. and back to center. Give me some rotation with your wrists and other directions. Good. Perfect. Let's move those arms up. And again, no pressure into the low back. So when I say move your arms up, if your arms don't want to move up, then bring them down. And relax. We're just trying to find the movement in your shoulder. But if you're feeling that little back pinch or neck tensing too much, then bring your arms down. Okay, a little bit of cardio. So feet are going to be a little wider than your hips. If you have your music at home, just play it. I run into copyrights issues. I know there are some music that is allowed that you can play on YouTube. I have to play with that and find it. I was just having a hard time. So you're going to press your heel into the ground, little bend into your knee. And so here, I'm sending the hips back a little bit. I'm not bending my knees forward, right? So just pressing into your heel, little tap with your toe. Let's add the arm up. Now here, shoulder stays down, okay? I don't want you to reach up here. So shoulder stays down. Think about unrolling your arm. But we're unrolling fast. A little cardio going on. Good. You're going to reach a little bit more. But you're reaching from under your arm. I'm not pulling out my shoulder. Let's go corner to corner in the top. Again, here, I want your spine nice and long. And you're reaching from under your arm. I'm not reaching with my shoulder, tensing my neck. There's no pressure into the low back here. I want you to lengthen. Try to squeeze the glute of the long leg a little bit. Bring your arms down to shoulder height. Good, and hands down towards the bottom corner of your space, but keep that back nice and straight. I'm not following my arms. Let's bring your arms back up. Try to squeeze the glute still of the leg that's extending as you're rotating. And up to the upper corner. Straight up to the ceiling, no more rotation of your hips. And let's do one more and relax. All right, our pace. So the first round, you're doing it at 50% of what you can do. So it's gonna look like this. We're doing a chair squat, so make sure you have some space because we're doing some side stuff as well. So I'm going to make you start sitting. Feet are going to be the width of the chair. We're going to come up, and then here I want you to go up on your toes, extending your arms, and nice and tall. So I'm not pushing my hips forward, you're just growing taller, down, and control the down. Down. Now here, try and lift the knees, or one knee. So I don't want to see this. I want that core nice and straight, one knee up or two, but not this, okay? And we're coming up. When you are going up on your toes, the height will depend on your ankles. So I want your ankles to be nice and straight. When you're coming up, you're going to stay on your big toes. I don't want this to happen. Okay, so if you're feeling that wobble, keep it a little lower. And your whole body is going to be trying to get taller. So even if your heels are on the ground, you can feel that length here. And I'm going up a little bit more, working the calves. So chair pop squat, that's what it's called. And then we're doing skipping. So no rope. So you're going to adjust, no impact, right? So because there's no rope, we're not going to trip on it. So I'm keeping one foot down all the time. And I'm going to go a little tiny bit faster, but we're still going to do the arms. And here, as we're going, I'm going to tell you to tighten your grip on the rope. But start nice and easy. I'm going to make you do some little side skip. But it's not this, it's the whole body, okay? Then butt kick, wider than your hips, and then kicking back. When you're doing the butt kicks, you want to take a little break for your quads, engaging more the glutes. We're going to add the arms. I'm going to start lower, not the shoulders. Then side extension with a step. So here, core, lifting the leg up, core pulling this way. It's like you're pushing something away, but then it's pulling you over. Up, press, pull over. Okay, so nice soft landing though. So up, press, you can lower the leg, up, press. Okay, so it doesn't have to be up here. It can be a press here. I just want a nice wide step to get those going. So we're doing that 30 seconds each, twice. No pressure into your low back, no tension in your neck. You do what you can for today. So we're starting with our chair. So feet are going to be in line with your chair. So about a little wider than your hips. You're going to press into those heels, stand tall, extend, pull up. Pull yourself down. Don't just fall into the chair. Lift the knees up, 2 or 1. So you can lift one knee up, and then you're going to alternate. So a little bit of core here when you're more core, when you're lifting either 1 or 2. Going up on those toes. Stay up, and we're going to do that little skip. So lifting, and then add the arms. So up nice and tall here. So I'm not just skipping this way. Pull yourself up. Make yourself light on your feet. You can add a little side to side. Just a little step. Now if that's making you trip on your feet, then come back to center. I really have to think about that side to side to get it started. All right, butt kicks a little wider, knees are down, and you're kicking back. Okay, and then grab your arms in front of you, a little below the chest, and pull down and back. Now we don't want this to happen. So up nice and tall, you're pulling the arms back. I want you to work those arms and your back muscles. Keeping those knees towards the floor. Last one. And now let's lift, press it up, and then you're gonna follow it. And lift, press, follow it. Up nice and tall here, like you wanna go the other direction. Up, press, following it. Press, follow. I want you to take a big step to the side. Your leg doesn't have to be high, but just try to make it nice and wide. Up, press, last one. Good, back to the chair. Sitting on the chair, a little wider than your hips, and let's come up on your toes. Control the down, knee up. Up on your toes, so remember, one knee at a time, or both, but I want that back nice and straight. You're working your abs here. We're not doing a crunch. We're not like crunching ourselves in. I was trying to find another word, but not happening. And up, stay up. Little skip. So just little lift, tapping your toes in front, adding the rope. So I added a tiny bit of speed, but without the impact, and side. The side is an optional. If that is too much, then just keep it centered. Last one, butt kick, a little wider, kicking back. So nice and tall here. Okay, up nice and tall, arms in front, just below the chest, pulling down and back. And you're pulling on medium-sized elastic. So I want you to work, but not really that hard yet. And you're not pushing your chest forward. We're just kind of working out the movements here, seeing how we find those. Last one, and let's do a big step. So up, press, and follow. Up, press, follow. As you're pressing, I want you to grow taller the other direction. Press and follow. Press, follow. When you're pressing though, that back is not arching. You're pressing, you get a nice straight line from the shoulder to the heel. Press and follow. Press, follow. Last one. And relax, shake it out. I'm gonna get you to find your heartbeat, and we're gonna count for 10 seconds. So get ready, just find like right here for me works well. And then get ready, count. Stop. And then you can remember it, or you can write it down. So we are looking to increase, we counted for 10 seconds, so we're looking to increase 1 or 2 in the next round. So this was our 50%. We're gonna go, you can grab some water, walk around, don't use the chair yet, and we're gonna do that again at 70%. So when we're at 70%, that chair pop squat is gonna be a tiny bit faster. The skipping, I'm gonna ask you to increase the intensity on your arms. So tightening the rope, the imaginary rope. Butt kicks, we're gonna bring our arms here. So when you're pulling down, your arms are gonna be above your heart. If you're feeling that's too much, you always have the option to bring it a little bit lower. That side kick step, it's gonna be the same thing. I'm gonna increase the height of it, trying to keep the same speed. Okay, but again, if you're feeling wobbly on your ankles, keep it closer, lower. Just do a few more. All right, so water and then we'll get going. I'm gonna try and bring the volume up. So if you hear some banging, don't worry, it's the Windows guy. So feet a little wider than the hips, and let's come up on your toes, pull yourself down, up, pull yourself down, lift, up. So 2 or 1 leg, okay, so you can alternate. And you can go to the height that you can on those toes. So if your ankles are nice and solid, go all the way up, like you wanna jump up, but your toes are glued. Last one, good, and let's do that little skip. So here, just touching, no impact, adding the strength in your arms. So tighten your fist on that imaginary rope. Good, now you can add the side to side, and if that was confusing the first time, give it one more try, side. So watch those hips, so we're not shifting them, nice and tall. Good, butt kick, a little wider, kicking back here. Nice and tall core, arms just above your heart, pulling back. Elbows going back and down. Knees are aiming for the floor. And you're nice and you're landing nice and soft. I'm not banging my feet on the floor. Think that there's little puppies sleeping underneath you, and you don't want to wake them up. And let's press out, follow, touch, up, press, follow, touch, press. Lengthen that core without that sinking into the low back. Squeeze your glutes here. Press it out, press, and press, follow. Press, and press. Lengthen. Last one. Back to the chair. Let's sit for a second and adjust your feet, and then up on your toes. Control the down. I don't want you to just fall down. Control it. Think there's that circus harness under your arm, and you have to pull that harness down. It's attached to the ceiling. You're gonna pull it down. Nice and solid on those ankles. Go to the height that you can for today. Last one, stay up. Little skip. So just little touch. Hips are even, so we're not wobbling, up nice and tall. And add that resistance. Tighten your fist around that imaginary rope. Little touch. So I'm just going a little faster with my feet, but I'm not adding the impact. When you're ready, you can try that side to side. Good, and butt kicks a little wider, kicking back. Hands just above your heart, pulling down, pull. Remember, we're not pushing the chest forward here. Nice strong core. go. All your back muscles, the back of your legs, your glutes, your arms. Last one. And that extension, last time. And press it out for this round. And press, pull, press, and press, and press. So if you can, bring it a little higher, but keep that speed. Press. You're doing a bigger movement. Do not compromise your form over speed though. Press, press, lengthen, press. Last one. And relax. All right, so let's count. So you're gonna find your heartbeat. Let's get ready. Count. Stop. So you should be about 1 or 2 more than before. You could be 3, and it doesn't matter where you started. Some people will start at 18 and finish at 22. Others will start at 24 and finish at 30, 32. So as long as you're feeling okay, then we're good. So it's to compare your first round to your second and to your third. All right, grab some water and we're going in for our third round. Again, do not compromise form for speed. You do what you can for today. Basically, in that third round, if I was asking you a question, if you can answer me with a full sentence, you're not working hard enough for you. So you should be able to answer me with 1 or 2 words and then have to take a breath. So you can talk to yourself if you want to test it. If you're by yourself, nobody's around anyways, so it doesn't matter, right? All right, we're gonna do the same thing, popping up on the toes. Again, I'm going a little faster. If the ankles are getting tired and wobbly, don't go as high. So just keep your heels just coming up a little bit. Your calves are still gonna be getting a nice workout. All right, let's start sitting. So your feet are the width of a little wider than your hips, and we're gonna press into our heels and come up nice and tall, up on the toes, control the down. Again, 1 or 2 knees coming up. You're popping up on your toes, pull down, and up, and up. Now you're not pressing the chest forward, you're not pressing your hips forward. You're getting taller all the way to the last rep. Lengthen, lengthen. Good. 1 more. And stay up, little skip. So here, I'm gonna add a little up. That's optional. You can keep your feet on the ground, tighten that rope. I'm gonna add that little hop. And then when you're ready, you can try that side to side. So I'm adding that little jump in the middle. That is an option. Listen to your body. If you know you have hip pain or knee pain, keep it no impact. A little wider than your hips, butt kicks. Knees are down, arms higher, a little bit above your thighs. Pull it down. So I'm not going all the way up, just in front of my eyes, pulling. Now, we're not letting the hips go forward here. Just the arms higher. Nice strong core. Breathe. Good. Feet under your hips. Lift, press, follow down. Up, press. Up, press. Press, follow. Press. 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 Lengthen that core. You're going the other way with your core. I'm not just going with my legs here. Get a full core workout at the same time. Press and press. 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 Press, stay here, back to our chair. So sit, get it settled, and then up on your toes. Pull yourself down. Up. Remember, 1 or 2 knee. Still that nice straight core. We don't want that big crunch happening here. Just because when you're doing that big crunch, your back muscles, they typically will decide to take a break. That's not what I want. And up and stay and little skip. So you can keep it no impact. Increase the strength on your arms, or you can add that little hop. Good, side to side, if that works for you today. If you trip over your own feet, I just did. I just stepped on my own toes. So you can just keep going straight up. Good, and feel a little wider. Kicking back, so start with the kicking back, along your knees, then arms up, above your eyes, and pull, pull. Breathe. And you're pulling back. So I'm not just flinging my hands and legs. Pull back with those heels. Pull. Last one. That reach, press, and follow, and press. So you can go higher, and with that speed. If you're feeling any pressure into the low back, keep it lower. Okay, so press 45 degrees or a little higher. You're in charge. Pull up, and pull. Good, last one. And relax. Find your heartbeat. Let's get ready to count. Okay, ready? Count. Stop. Okay, so it should have gone up one from the last one. If you counted and it didn't go up and you still feel like you worked much harder because you're out of breath more, that's also a good indicator. So it's just a little extra check. If you have your Fitbit, it should go up a few beats because we're counting 10 seconds, right? And your Fitbit is counting beats per minute. And so we're counting for 10 seconds. So if you do that times 6. So sometimes if you go up 4 in the minute, that's fine. But if you're counting, maybe it didn't go up because we're counting for 10 seconds. But you don't know because you're a little bit more out of breath. All right, so this was our first part. And no, it's 25 minutes, sorry. So if you're out of time, excuse me, know that you got a great workout. Core, arms, legs, and cardio. And we're gonna do a few extra strength exercise. So grab some water, don't sit down, just walk around. So you can follow me if you want after the first round. So I'm gonna do one set and we're gonna do it together. And then there's 2 more sets after. So you know what's coming, right? And then feel free to go ahead if you find that I talk too much. Or you can do a couple extra reps if you think I'm too slow. So we're gonna sit on the chair to start. And now I want your hips, your legs to be in line with your hips. So my knees are in line with my hip bones, not with the outside of my hips, in line with the hip bones. You're gonna press into your heels. I want you to wiggle your toes. And then we're gonna push into your legs and we're gonna stand halfway. Now here, you're gonna engage those abs, press into your heels, wiggle your toes. Now, if you have pain in your knees here, I'll give you a modification. So you can come up and down before you feel that pain. If you don't have knee pain, you're gonna follow me into the lower part. So we're staying here and going lower. If you have knee pain, you're staying up from this position. All right, so you're gonna do 12. And we're gonna touch the chair like it's burning and then come up. Touch the chair, it's burning, come up. Press into those heels. I'm not sending my knees forward. I'm sitting back, up. So that's 3. Press into your heels. Try and squeeze your bum. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 2 more, 11, and stand tall. Good. We're going on the floor. So if you don't have weight, you're gonna give me some wide push-up. If you have weights, I said 5 to 10 pounds. So if you have heavier weights, grab your heavier, but if you only have, I know weights are a rare commodity, So grab what you have and have it next to you, and then I'll explain that. So a wide push-ups, your arms are wider here. You're into a nice 90-degree position with your elbows. And you can be on your toes or on your knees, and you're gonna work your chest muscle because we're doing chest press if you have weights. So you're coming down, pressing up. Remember, you can do those on your knees, on your toes, or on the wall as well. So you have your hands on the wall, nice and wide, and you're coming down and up. So I hinge at the hip. I have to, but I want you to bring your whole body, okay, on the wall. Now, you're gonna do 10 of those. If you have heavy weights, we're gonna put them on each side here. And we're gonna go on our back. So I have, you can have, again, if you just have the 5 pounds, grab your 2 5 pounds. If you have heavier and you know what you've done before for chest press, go for that. If you're not sure, grab your 5 pounds and have the heavier one next to you. So my legs are bent, heels are on the ground, my back is in that neutral position, shoulder blades in the little pocket. The weights are right next to me, and I'm gonna lift them up here. We're gonna go just below shoulder. So I want just a little bit below that 90 degree. Okay, I don't want the shoulder up here. Now, you're gonna press those weights straight up. So if you have 2 5 pounds, you're like, this is easy. Imagine somebody holding your hands in place and you're pushing against them. So let's inhale. On the exhale, press up, pelvic floor in. Inhale down. We're doing 10. Pressing up. Inhale down. Pressing up. Now the push-ups are harder than those. So do what you can. This is 5. You're controlling the down as well, although you're touching. 6, 7. Remember, if you have smaller weight, add that resistance. Press against those ends that are pushing it back. 9, I think, and 10. Now, before you put those weights down, elbows down and bring them next to your sides, then down. Okay, so you're gonna stay here if you have the weight. If you have small weights, if you have like 3 pounds, you're gonna grab them or your water bottle and you're gonna push them together for this next one. If you don't have weight, you're doing more push-ups, you're doing them with your fingers together. I want you to target your tricep. Go on the wall for this one. And you're right here and bringing your whole body towards your chest, pushing up. You can go on your knees. So we're working our tricep, bringing it down, pressing up. Okay, so you're going to where you can. If you have the 2 small weights, you're pushing them, holding them both together. If you have a bigger weight, put it over your belly, and then you're gonna grab the hands here. So like this, I'm wrapping one side. I do that over my belly because if I mess up and I drop the weight, it's not gonna be pleasant, but it's not gonna hurt too much. Shoulder blades in, extend it above your chest. Now, keeping that back in place, we're gonna bring the weight behind our head. So we're gonna inhale, on the exhale, pelvic floor in, engage that core, bring your arms behind your head, and depending if you have a big weight, you can touch the floor, bring it back, inhale. We're doing 8, exhale. Pelvic floor in, inhale. 3. And 4. Make sure you're not pushing the back of your head into the floor. You're using your core. I'm not pushing my head down. And I think this is 6. 7. And one more. Now I know that, bring the weight down and let's roll it over to your side. Now if you look up exercise on YouTube, you find all kinds of stuff. So if you see something you're like, oh, I want to try that, and you're hearing that don't say what I say and you're not sure, you can always ask me. You find some awesome stuff on YouTube. You also find some very interesting, funny exercises. So if you're not sure, feel free to ask me. I'm always happy to talk about this. So we're going back to these 12 little touch and go. So I'm going to bring it a little bit lower. You do what you can. Remember, don't push through knee pain, right? So if you have knee pain, just stand tall and then go down before the pain and come up. So stay in that range. No knee pain. We're going to be coming off the chair. So let's inhale, exhale, up. Squeeze the glutes, press into your heel. Inhale, touch, touch. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Got tap 12, 11, and 12. Stand. All right. Those are almost done. We just have one more set. All right. So either your wide push-up or your tricep push-up. If you have questions as we're going, please write it down in the little YouTube chat. And everybody stayed. That's awesome. All right. I know sometimes you can't stay. So there's 9 of us still doing this together. So if you're thinking those chair squats are hard, and you're not the only one. So grab those weights or those push-ups in that nice wide position. Remember, your arms at 90 degrees. So we've got the same position if you're doing push-ups or the chest press, except we're just facing the different way. So here, if you're holding a heavy weight, make sure your wrists are stacked, that you're not holding your weight like this. So I want a nice straight wrist. And let's inhale on the exhale. Pelvic floor in, press. 1, 2, 3. So those are nice and slow. 4, 5. Sometimes we work faster. 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, 10. Let's bring those elbows in and down. Drop one weight, grab the other. If you have the 2 little weights, keep them together, squeeze them together. Let's bring the weight up above our chest and let's inhale, then exhale. Extend the weight behind your head. Keep that core engaged. Inhale. So here, lifting the weight back is harder on our tricep, but engaging that core as you're extending is really hard. That's why I'm making you exhale as you're extending back, so you can really engage that core, because here you're doing tricep and core. And I think we have 2 more. And 1 more. And if you counted differently than me, you are probably right. So do your count. Let's bring that weight over. And we're going to go back on the chair. 1 more time. All right. Then it's done. We're done with those squats. So remember, if you have knee pain, stay in that top position, out of pain. Knees and legs and knees in line with your hips. And let's inhale, exhale, up. Press into those heels and touch up. 2, 3, 4. Remember that chair is burning. 5, 6. So you barely want to touch it. 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. All right, we're done with those. Let's go on the floor for our chest press or those push-ups. Remember, you can go on the wall, and if you started on the floor in that full position and in the modified, and you're thinking, okay, I'm going to the wall, that's perfect. So bring those weights up, little below your shoulder. Back is in that neutral position. Inhale, exhale, pelvic floor in, press, and lower in control. 2, 3. When you're exhaling on the way up, pelvic floor in. 5, 6, 7. Remember, add that resistance if you've got the lower weight. 9. Last one. 10. Good. Bring your elbows in. Bring the weights down. Drop one to the side and grab the other one. If you have the two, you put them together. If you're in your push-up, your fingers and your one finger and thumb together. So your index finger, I guess. And so abs are engaged. We're going to inhale, exhale, bringing it back. So some stuff I learned in French a lot. And then sometimes that's hard to find the English words. And exhale, inhale. 3, 4, core is in place, and 5. So that weight can be right behind your head, but if that's too easy, you can bring it a little bit further. We got one more. Good, and let's bring that weight down. Let's roll it over and come on up into a sitting position. And it's perfect timing this morning. All right, so the 45 minutes is not too bad. I just have a hard time with the shorter version. So you're gonna relax your shoulders here. We're gonna start with a little shoulder sequence. So sitting, hands next to you, and you're gonna lift the shoulders a little bit behind. Keep your eyes on the floor, relax. Little rotation in your shoulder joint. You're gonna bring the arms forward. And I want you to lengthen your core and bring your arms up just above your eyes and gently open. One more time. Relax your shoulders first. Relax your neck, hands next to you, lifting up behind. Release, rotate. Reaching to each side. Good, and up and open. Perfect. You're going to take your right leg, you're going to bring it behind you. We're going to do a nice little stretch for our quad here. I want you to engage that core and your glute like you're stuck in a corset from your hip to your chest. And so this is not moving. I want you to engage the glute to keep that hip in place. Grab your ankle, slide the knee back a little bit. You're going to feel that nice little stretch into your quad. And release, re-engage, pulling back. And release. Bring it in front. We're going to do a back release and the glute at the same time. So keeping that leg in front, I want you to lengthen out of your core. So I'm not just falling forward here. You're lengthening and then walking it forward. So the difference between just falling is I would do this. So if I lengthen and go forward, I'm going to feel that stretch faster into my glute so that I'm not squishing my breakfast. You're going to look at your front toes and walk your hands in the direction that they are pointing. I'm going to go over this way, and that's going to move the stretch in the glute area a little bit. Stay here. Maybe you can go a centimeter further, maybe not. Let's walk it back in and all the way. Good, relax. So sometimes I will feel it in the low back as well. And sometimes the low back doesn't need it, the glute needs it, so I feel it more there. Grab your left leg, bring it behind. This leg a little closer. Think about that corset engaging. Squeeze the glute, gently slide the knee back. And release. And let's squeeze the glute, slide the knee back. And release. Let's bring that leg in front. And lengthen, walk it forward. Okay. And maybe further, maybe not. Let's walk in the direction that your toes are pointing. And go to where you feel that nice stretch, nothing big. And then maybe further, and I mean it by maybe a centimeter. And let's bring it back in. Good. And relax your shoulders. We're going to do a little stretch for the back of your legs. So legs are in front. They can be a little bent or on the floor. I just don't want this. So up, and if that doesn't happen here, bend the knees so that you can be up here. You're gonna bring your hands next to you. I'm gonna keep my knees bent. I still feel the stretch, so my feet are kind of pointed, but relax. I'm not working them. You just lengthen your core, pressing forward. And I still feel the stretch behind my legs. You're gonna relax, lengthen, try to reach a little further. Gently pull up, relax, open. Good, let's flex your feet and bring your hands by your side, pressing over your toes. So the stretch is is behind the leg, but a little different spots usually. Lengthen your core, take your right hand, reach a little further. Release, take your left hand, reach a little further. Release. Let's relax and relax your shoulders, wiggle your ankles. Good. And let's bring your legs in and give me little shifts of your shoulder. So think about pushing the hip bone in, the sits bone in the floor, sending your shoulder in the other direction. Back to center, relax those shoulders, drop your chin towards your chest, give me a little roll to one side, back to center, little roll to the other side, and back to center and up. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed the workout, and don't ever hesitate if you have questions. All right, have a great day, everyone.